Very good morning to one and all present here. Once again, I welcome you back in the science class. Just rewind the things that we had done in the previous classes. In previous sessions, we had done the topic under the chapter 3, Nature of Matter, in which we had discussed what is the meaning of matter and then the physical states of the matter. And after that, we had finished some of the properties of the matter. During our discussion in the WhatsApp group, I found that some of the students were not very clear about the properties of this matter. So just let's do a short revision that what we had done in our discussion. See, first of all, once again, the same question I'm asking, what is matter? Matter is something which has mass and which occupies space. Occupies means which take the place on some surface. Each and every matter which is present around us, it has some weight which is known as mass. Now all the matters, they are found in 3 states. They are solid, liquid and gas. Now this solid, liquid and gas, they are due to the arrangement of the particles. Now what is particle? Particle is the smallest portion of the matter. Means the constituent part of the matter is particle. Now this particle is arranged in different way in these 3 states of matter. In solid, the particles are very tightly held with each other. The bond is very strong, no gap is there, the particles are not able to move. Hence, the shape and the volume, it is definite in the case of solid. In the case of liquid, the particles are little away from each other. Means the bond is a bit weak. They have little gap in between them. And in that gap, the particles can move apart from each other, due to which the liquid can change their shape, but the volume will remain same. 1 glass of water, if it is poured into a bowl, the volume will not be changed, the quantity will not be changed, but the liquid will take the shape of either glass or bowl. Clear? But when we talk about the gas, the particles are very, very far apart from each other. They can go in any direction. We can say the force of attraction or the force by which they held, it is almost 0, and due to which the particles are free to move. And hence it is said that gases, they do not have definite shape as well as volume. Now, after that we discussed about the properties. First property, now first of all, what is the meaning of property? Property means the characteristic of that particular substance. Each matter has 2 types of properties. One physical, another one chemical. Physical means the outer appearance. Chemical means the inner constituent. In this chapter, we will not deal about the particles or the what is matter made of. We will not deal with that. We will only deal that how do they behave, the matter behave in physical appearance. In that, the first one is your appearance and feel. Appearance means only 2 characters can be seen in appearance. Matter can be shiny, can be dull. I have a paper in my hand. It is also a matter, but it does not have any shine. Means it is dull in appearance. Whereas I have a metallic spoon. Now you can see the spoon is a matter. It has some shine. It is lustrous in appearance. Now, cloth, that day we did the activity. When we touch the cloth, it is a bit soft. So by feel, it is soft. But when we touch a pebble, it is Texture wise, it is a bit hard. So on the basis of the appearance in the field, some matters can be lustrous, some matter can be dull. Some of them, they are smooth in touch, some of them, they are rough in touch. Clear? On the basis of hardness and softness, again we performed an activity. Just dip a piece of cotton or cloth into water and squeeze it. What you will feel? The water which was absorbed by the cloth, it is squeezed again and get back into the container because it can be compressed. But at the same time, when the stone is dipped into the water and just you try to squeeze it, it will not be compressed because it is hard in structure. So appearance wise, texture wise, hardness and softness, we can categorize different states of matter. Solids, liquids and gas, they have different appearance, different feel, different texture. Second, we read about the floating and sinking. When do a substance float or sink? When it is insoluble. When the things are insoluble, either they float or they sink, depending upon the density. That also we did the activity on that day. Then the next one was transparency. On the basis of transparency, the objects are classified into three categories. One is transparent. Transparent means the object through which we can see very clearly. Next one, translucent. The object through which we cannot see the things very clearly. Means partial vision is there. Clear picture we will not get. A dim picture will be seen through that object. Opaque object. The object which do not allow the light to pass through it, hence the things will not be seen at all. And the property of passing the light through the object, it is known as transparency. And then we discussed about the diffusion. Diffusion means mixing of particles of two matter. Mixing of particles of two matter on their own, it is known as diffusion. We did two activities. When we lighten incense stick, the fumes of the incense stick gets mixed with the particles of the air very quickly, because the particles of the air, it is in a gaseous state, and the fumes, it is also in a gaseous state. Both the particles, they have lots of space, hence movement can be very fast, and that's why the particles diffuses very quickly. Now come to the liquid. What happens in the liquids? When two liquids come in contact with each other, can we see diffusion? Yes, diffusion will be there, but the process will be a bit slow. We performed an activity that day. Just put a drop of blue ink into a glass of water. Slowly, slowly, the blue ink will travel into the water. The streaks of the color will be seen into the water, and after some times, the whole water will changes into blue color. This is the example of the diffusion of one liquid into another liquid. Okay. Now, what about the solids? Do solids diffuse with each other? No, not at all. The diffusion of two solids cannot be seen because there is no space. The particles are held with a tight force of attraction. Hence, the particles are not able to move. When there is no movement, there will not be any mixing. Now, look at here what I have written. Matter, physical states of matter, under which we had read about the solid, liquid and gases. Then these three are because of the arrangement of particles that we had discussed. And then after that we had discussed about the physical properties, appearance and feel, hardness and softness, transparency, floating and sinking depending on the density, and the diffusion. Clear? Today we will start with another property of the matter, that is dissolution. Clear? Before that, just now we had discussed about that the diffusion of two states of matter, it can be seen. Gases, they can diffuse. Liquid, yes, diffusion can be seen. Solid, no diffusion can be seen. But what will happen when a solid comes in the contact of the liquid? Do solid diffuse into a liquid? Now see, my question is, do solid diffuse into a liquid? Here we have two states of matter. One is in solid state, another one is on liquid state. Clear? So here we will see that how solid is diffusing into the liquid. Before that, once again, there is an recapitulation of the things insoluble and soluble. Okay? The things which get dissolved in the water, it is termed as soluble, and the things which do not get dissolved, it is known as insoluble. Now you can see here, I have kept 3 glasses of, you can see there are 3 glasses. Okay, 2 glasses I have water. Now let me pour the water into the 3rd glass also. Okay, fine. Now 3 glasses are there. This is, what is this? You all know this. This is salt. I am putting this salt into the first glass. Second glass, I am putting sugar. Clear? Now stir it. After some time, you will see that the sugar will disappear. And even the salt, after stirring, it will disappear from the solution. Now, what do we observe from these two experiments? That the salt and the sugar, these two are the solid states of matter, and these two states, when come in the contact of the liquid, they disappear. We say they are soluble in water. Now, I do not have sand. See, I have some dust particle or sand particles on my palm. I am putting it into the second beaker and trying to mix it with the water. What will happen? Will it disappear? No, it will not disappear. Even after waiting for enough time, it will not disappear. This proves that sand is also a solid, but it is insoluble in water. Now see what I have written here. Dissolution. The property by which a substance dissolves in another substance is called dissolution. Actually, dissolution is a special type of diffusion. This is also a diffusion where the solid diffuses into liquid. Solid diffuses into liquid. But this special type of diffusion where one matter is solid and the another one is liquid, which is also known as solvent, when they two come in the contact, then this diffusion is termed as dissolution. Clear to you? Some of the solid diffuses into liquid, and then that property is known as dissolution. Clear? Here the same thing as written. The property by which a substance dissolves in another substance is called dissolution. The same activity I have made here. Salt, sand and sugar. The salt will disappear. The sugar will also disappear because both are soluble. But what will happen to the sand? the sand will remain visible into the water. This means the sand is insoluble. Dissolution means when a solid diffuses into water means solvent. The next one. Now what is the meaning of solubility? What is the meaning of solubility? Solubility means the maximum amount of a substance that can be dissolved in a given volume of water. Now you can see here. There is a glass of water and I dropped some crystals of sugar into it. And you can see some of the crystals are still visible into it. Clear? Now, again add some more salt into the water and stir it. Or you can do this activity with the salt also because it is a bit easy and quick process. Now see. You will see that the salt will be dissolving into the water, will form a salty solution. Clear to you? Now salt is not visible. Add some more salt. After some times, you will see that the salt will stop dissolving into it. Do you know why? Because the ability of dissolving the salt of this water, the ability of the water to dissolve the salt is over. Now this one. Solution has become saturated. Now what is the meaning of saturated? If I will make you read the science class for more than 2 hours or 3 hours, the teaching will become very boring. Even though the science will be your favorite topic. Why? Because after some times, the brain will not take the things because it becomes saturated. Means the capacity is almost what? It is filled. Now it will not take enough of the data that is given by your teacher. The same thing is happening with the solution also. The capacity of the dissolving power of this water is now over. Now it will not take more solute. Then when the dissolving is stopped, if you put the salt into the water and still it is visible into the water, it means the solution has become saturated. Now no more salt can be added into the solution. And what is the meaning of solubility? The amount of salt or the sugar that much dissolved in the water, it is termed as solubility. Just assume 3 spoons of salt I kept into the water and it is disappeared. The 4th one is not disappearing. Then what is the solubility of this water? 3 spoons of salt is the solubility of the water. Okay, solubility means the amount which can be dissolved. 3 spoons, it was dissolved. 3 spoons is the solubility of this water. But the 4th one is not dissolving, means the solution has become saturated. See what I have written here. The maximum amount of a substance that can be dissolved in a given volume of water is called its solubility. And what is saturated solution? The solution which cannot dissolve more amount of a given substance at a given temperature is called saturated solution. Okay. Now, what is the effect of temperature? What is the effect of temperature? I am lighting a candle trying to do this experiment, but just cross your fingers. Now, as you all have seen that the salt is not able to dissolve in the water. Now, what will happen if I will heat it? You will see that the moment the temperature will increase, the salt will start dissolving into the water. This proves that the temperature increase will increase the solubility of the substance. Clear? you can perform this activity at your home. You will see that the things will get dissolved when you heat the solution. Clear? Now let me do this one, and you see here, you can see that the solute is dissolving when it is heated on a flame. Okay, so see here, the effect of temperature, rise in temperature, solubility also increase. Clear to you? Now, there is dissolution of liquids in water. Now, what happens when two liquids come in the contact of, each other? Then what happens? Do they diffuse? Yes, you can see here, I have a lemon juice here. I am putting into it. Now you see, the lemon juice is in liquid state. Now you can see, it has become invisible. It has become invisible. Means the one liquid diffuses into another liquid. Now see, I have a mustard oil. Mustard oil I am putting. What happens? You can see there is a separate layer of mustard oil. This proves that the mustard oil is a liquid. It does not diffuse into the another liquid. Now see here, dissolution of gases in water. There are some gases also which dissolve into water, but some of them they do not dissolve in water. Soda water, the cold drink you drink, it is made up of water, sugar and CO2. Now just open the nozzle of the soda water. You will see the bubble of the cold drink. What is that bubble? That bubble is the presence of carbon dioxide. Marcus, carbon dioxide is dissolved into the water. Oxygen gas also, you know that oxygen gas is dissolved in the water, and that's why it helps the aquatic plants and the animals to breathe in. Clear? There are some gases which are insoluble, and they are helium and hydrogen. They are helium and hydrogen. Now you can see the solute has, some of the particles have solute, it is dissolved. Clear? Now, effect of temperature on gas, the solubility decreases with increase in temperature. The solubility decreases with increase in temperature. One thing I missed, potassium permanganate. It is a crystal form which is a solid. When it is mixed with the water is in liquid form, there is diffusion. The solid, that crystals of the potassium permanganate, it diffuses into the water, but the process is slow, and after some times the solution will turn completely pink in color. This shows that solid can diffuse into liquid but in a slow manner. Now you can see how the solute is completely disappeared on heating the solution.